Travel editor Peter Greenberg from CBS News is here for advice for stranded passengers. So, Peter, first of all, how many flights were canceled and how many people are stranded right about now?
Today alone, nearly 6,000 flights canceled across the board. Multiply that by the number of passengers on a plane, you're talking hundreds of thousands of people.
So how do you catch up from something like that?
You don't, because here's the problem. Planes in even great weather are flying at 85% load factor, so they're already full. So if you lose your slot in a good day, you have difficulty getting rebooked on a good day. You lose your slot on a bad day, go get a book. You're not going out for 4 days.
So Peter, how do the airlines prepare for something like this?
Well, they've learned their lesson from other bad weather days in the past. So what they're doing preemptive cancellations. For example, yesterday, United Airlines didn't just cancel a flight from one day, they canceled for 4 days in a row because they know that once you take a plane out of cycle, once you take a crew out of their schedule, it takes you 36 hours to get back.
Oh my gosh, just a domino effect, right?
Well, sure, because you're taking planes where they're not supposed to be,
right.
Flight attendants and pilots where they can't catch up with their planes. So if you can do a preemptive cancellation and cancel them before anything ever happens, at least you keep people with their planes, right. And you can start when the weather gets better.
Now, what's the best way to rebook your ticket?
Well, the best way to rebook your ticket is to be creative. Don't think primary airports, think alternate airports. Think Providence instead of Boston, Oakland instead of San Francisco, Midway or Milwaukee instead of Chicago. Because if you're just thinking O'Hare or if you're just thinking Miami, you're in trouble.
Now, can you get stuck with fees if your ticket was non-refundable?
No, in this situation, the airlines have been very good about that. They're letting you rebook or they're letting you cancel and get a full refund. So that part of it is at least good news.
Do people have any recourse with airlines for compensation?
In a situation like this, it's an act of God, it's weather, bring a book, enjoy the airport food, you're not going anywhere.
Hey, I remember one time I was stranded in Dallas.
Only one time?
Only one time? Well, really, it wasn't, no, I've been stranded before, but I remember this particular time in Dallas when I was stranded, it was during the ice storm, right? And there were people literally at the airport on the floor for 3 days.
And the reason for that is Dallas doesn't understand ice. They don't get that a lot.
Right.
Atlanta doesn't understand ice. It just completely shuts down. So in that situation, they're not really prepared. Some of these airports have about 500 cots they can actually bring out. But if you don't ask, you don't get. And then you're in the upright position.
But it's okay for people if they wanted to take a little nap on the airport. It's not considered, it's not frowned upon. Right?
I've been using that excuse for years.
Good. That's good. Yeah. What's your number one travel secret when a storm like this hits?
Whatever you do, don't go online. It's not going to help you. What you need to do is to get on the phone and keep calling. Don't stand in line, because by the time you get to the front of that line, your options have evaporated. You need to get protected. And whatever you try to do, first flight of the day. The reason for that is there's a good chance that the aircraft itself came in the night before.
Right.
If you're at the last flight of the day, bring 2 books.
Ooh. Well, thank you everyone for watching Extra on YouTube.
And for updates on the latest celebrity news, subscribe to our channel here. Like us on Facebook here, or follow us on Twitter here.
Yes, and if you want your voice heard, leave a comment below.
Where?
Below.